So this is Steve, 7 Master Tools. He does training in either 2, 3, or 4-hour modules. He entirely made upon request. So some of the 7 tools are training workshop, training upskilling, and training. In fact, training return of investment is actually a very big thing. It's like Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick have this thing that there are 4 levels of return on investment on your training, and you can actually measure. There are ways to measure that. Many people say, oh, how can you measure training? Yes, you can. There are ways you can do that. Not so easy. There are ways to do that. There's also assessment center where you can assess each of your senior employers or even junior employers based on certain tasks, certain decision making. So that also helps in the succession planning. Also, he does e-learning and the training dashboard. He actually invented this, we call it T-Dash. It's all about HR metrics. You can actually track all your learning in all a dashboard, who does, how much you're spending on your budget and all that. Yeah, in fact, he also has another dashboard which is for headhunting, for recruitment, where you can see where your recruitment ads are and how many percentage are turned into conversion into being hired. So it's a very good and it's very cost effective, because most HR systems are like few hundred thousand. This is only like a few thousand. I can let you know more if you're interested. And finally, of course, he does the virtual live trainer. One question for you, Steve.
Yeah, I get a question from Angeline. Is talking about ROI, the hot, and also people always say, how do I measure, you know? Okay, to answer the question, I'm going to answer you shortly. If you know about training evaluations, there's always a 4 level in short. Yeah? Most of the corporate or most of the client doing it is always level 1 and level 2, which is level 1, where you fill up the happy sheet. How do you feel about the trainers? How do you feel about content? But it doesn't answer the question of your bosses or CEO say, so what? They are happy about it, but so what to my business? You know, I invested $1 million or $2 million this year. So the second level will come to how much the person really learned from the workshop. Let's say, example, you're throwing 50,000 in training people to use Excel analytics. You know, each person, the learning curve are different. Some can be 10%, some will just, you know, they shoot up 90% of the learning curve. This is one of the metrics you can use. The third one, the most important, where the L&D professional face difficulty to quantify, is called behavior change. So now I know the knowledge and skill. Do I apply in the workplace? Do I apply it to the business bottom line to improve the business? That's another question. But in the level 3, I could, from my experience doing some consulting works, what you can use is, there's a lot of tools online you can use. One of the most common one you can use is called the 360. Yeah, if we talk about leadership and management, can it be measured? Yes. But how do you manage it? That's the key. So the 360 is more about the individuals. You want to look at these individuals after 6 months or 12 months attending leadership program. Have the behavior demonstrate in the workplace change or not? Or they're still the same. But 360 covered about internal, external people. It's not about just bosses and staff, right? It covers about your suppliers, the external people they're dealing with. So it's more comprehensive. Of course, there's another tools that you can use, which is, if you have Demand Center in place, that's a tool that you can use, because it gives you an individual report about this person. Interim Demand Center will help give you the figures on level 3. Well, level 4, you talk about dollar and cents now. So there's so many metrics around. If there's always to say the workshop or serial workshop invested about, let's say, 100,000 for 20 of your managers and leaderships. After 6 months and 12 months, what is the return investment in figures? So that's where the metrics come from. So the answer of Angeline you're looking at, I'll answer you in general, because if you be specific, there's many different elements you put in. But I can tell you that all these four levels can be measured. It's only the tools and also the experience you have to measure it. And you can answer the question of the CEO, the bosses say, so what after 12 months? What is my return investment on the total trainings? On this specific target group, on the talent group, or even in generous workers, there can be answer. Angeline, is it answer your question in short? Good, thank you. Pass to Coco. Anything, just email me, okay, or email Robert.